you guys. I feel like it's been forever since our last episode. So much has happened. How are you doing, Mira?
I'm okay. I'm well rested and I feel much better than I have been feeling.
Vibe check, scale of 1 to 10. How was your week?
Week, I'll say it 8. I had a really good week. I played a new game that I ain't never really played before and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I played Final Fantasy 7 for the first time ever, and yeah, I see why everybody loves Final Fantasy so much. I haven't been this immersed in a game since Red Dead Redemption 2. So,
I
yes, I
love
get it.
that for you.
Happy.
Isn't that like one of the best things ever? Whenever you find a game and like it's transformative. Like I had that experience last night. I was playing a game called Journey. Have you heard of that game?
I have not.
I had not heard of it before yesterday. I was like, I need something to play that I can finish in one stream. I got it. It's on sale for 75% off. I
Oh,
don't pay full price for games. And
okay, game sales.
I have never like I'm almost getting emotional. I have never in my life played a game. I told my chat, I'm like, I'm sorry. Usually when I'm streaming, I'm like I'm conversing with y'all, but this right here is for me. It might be my favorite game I've ever played in my entire life. And it's $5.
Damn. I might have to go
I
get
was
that then.
bawling on camera. It was so I literally as soon as it ended, I wanted to press start again.
And you
I've
said
never
it's
experienced
called
that.
what?
Journey. It's by the same people who did What Remains of Edith Finch, my second favorite game of all time now.
I have that game and I didn't play it yet. I think I have it
Girl.
on Epic. Yeah, I got that. It was on the Epic sale for free.
Both of them 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Nothing, no other game compares to those two games in my opinion. Nothing. So yeah, I'm still high off that experience. I've never known a game to be better than therapy. And that game
Oh
was.
damn.
And there's no dialogue.
Wait, what?
There's no dialogue in the whole freaking game. No one says a single word.
Oh no, I gotta check this out.
Like it was the soundtrack won a Grammy. It's so oh 10 out of, oh my gosh, so good. Anyway, let me see. My week, I had a really good week. Because nothing bad happened. And hopefully it will stay this way. Um, so anyway, I feel like I already know the answers to this,
Uh-oh.
but I gotta talk about it because it came out on Valentine's Day.
Uh-oh.
Have you been watching Love is Blind season 6?
See, you know the answer. No, I have not.
Okay, well, I gotta give my little
Listen,
spiel on it real
what
quick.
happened? What's the tea?
Okay, so have you ever seen the show before? Like, you know the premise?
No,
Okay, so
I see clips of it all the time, but I've never sat down and watched it.
baby girl, get
Uh-oh.
Netflix with the ads. It's $5.99. Just get it for a
Uh-oh.
month. So the premise is they take these people who have trouble finding love. They're usually between the ages of like 24 to 33 at the highest. And they put them in these pods and they're separated by a wall and they can't see each other. And they're dating that way. So they go in the room with, I don't know, 10, 12 people a day, and they're in there for like 12 hours and they're just talking and getting to know each other while the cameras are filming them. So they do this for I think 2 weeks. Okay, they narrow down who they like, they match up. Meanwhile, there's drama because this maybe one guy has 2 girls who are into them,
Mhm.
and in this case, like this season, there was a guy that had 2 girls, and then one of the girls also had 2 guys. Like it's a whole fucking shit show. But at the end, if they both decide that they really like each other, the man proposes to her still sight unseen, and they meet on a red carpet for the first time. And on that red carpet, within 60 seconds, he gets on his knees and proposes to her again in person after he's seen her. And when I tell you, okay, this woman, I'm gonna send you a picture of her. This woman, she's in the pods, and so she's like, her name is Jessica, or maybe it's Chelsea. Um, no, yeah, Chelsea. Chelsea told this man in the pods because they can't see each other. You're not really supposed to describe what you look like. She told this man that she looked like MGK's wife, Machine
Huh?
Gun Kelly's wife, aka Megan Fox. It's the woman on the right that I just sent you. She told this
Oh,
man she looked like Megan Fox. Um, do you see her?
yes, and I saw that clip, and I guess y'all could shoot me, but she doesn't look like her, but I see similarities.
There are similarities,
There are
yeah.
similarities. She doesn't look exactly like her though, but
But the
people
fact
was
that
frying her up. I'm like, I see similarities.
it's
Like,
because the way she did it was so manipulative, and like she's lying, like you know damn well Megan Fox's name, and nobody calls Megan Fox Machine Gun Kelly's
MG.
girlfriend. Nobody does that.
That's why I was like, Machine Gun Kelly.
And the way she said it, she was
Uh-huh.
like, "Well, sometimes people, oh God, what's her name? Machine Gun Kelly's girlfriend. Yeah, people say I look like her." And his face was like, and so he picked her because she said that over the girl on the left in the picture. He didn't know what neither one of them looked like. And then the girl on the left, her name is Jessica. When he's like, listen, I'm gonna propose to the girl who said that she looked like Megan Fox. She's like, you're gonna choke. When you watch this back and you see what I look like, you're gonna choke. You're gonna need an EpiPen. You're gonna be gasping for air. Like it's so
Oh my God.
it's so good. And then there's one black couple. There's an interracial couple. This black dude who's like a school principal who's never dated a white girl, who's dating a white girl, or they're engaged, like, I guess, who's never dated a black dude. So they're funny. But there's a black couple that everybody's talking about because her name is AD. She has the body of Megan Thee Stallion, but like a foot shorter. She has an amazing body. Like she spends a lot of time in the gym. And he was
Mhm.
like, if you ain't gonna tell me what you look like, we can't go no further. Cause fuck boy. And she's like, "Well, that ain't gonna work for me. I ain't telling you nothing. So if you here for looks, then I'm not gonna help you." But they finally meet up and they're having a discussion. And he's like asking her if she wants to eat something. And she's like, nah, the calories. I don't do empty calories. And he's like, AD, you could eat what you want. I'm pretty sure if you just went to the gym and worked out, it would be fine.
He's
Um,
like, she does. That's why she's critical of the calories.
she said, well, no, I'm watching my figure. It's different for women, which it
Oh,
is.
it is.
Physiologically, it's very different weight loss and weight gain. And he's like, that's cap. He's like gaslighting her. And she's like, well, what if I got big? And he's like, I would tell you if you got fat. I would tell you immediately. He said, he said to her, and I quote into her face, I would tell you, AD, get in the motherfucking gym. And she's like, you wouldn't tell me that. And he's like, yes, the fuck I would. And she was like, no, that's not nice, Clay. And he's like, well, I bet your ass would get in that gym if I talk to you like that. And it's just like, all the women, even the lying ones, deserve better than all the men in this season. But that's every season. But I highly recommend it. It is messy. It is so good.
I think I watched a
Not this
couple of
season, but like,
episodes one day, but I was just like, so folks are bonding off of getting to know each other and they never seen each other. And but I didn't realize that you really don't get to see them all the way to the end like that. Like you have
nope.
to propose. I didn't know it goes that far. Like I thought it was like, oh, I've connected with you. Now I get to see what you look like. Like it's not until you decide you want to propose that you see this person.
Yeah, it's
Oof.
great. So that's this season. All right, so let's start, I guess, with the Super Bowl. Since like we didn't see it, we recorded the same day as the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Did you watch?
I watched Usher's performance. I watched Usher.
Okay, well, that's perfect because I saw the game and I did not watch Usher's performance. So, did he do a good job?
He did an amazing job. I was actually laughing at like because at first, of course, I was kind of annoyed because I have a lot of Usher songs that I love, and he was bopping through them within like seconds. Like he would go through one song, then he transitioned to the next song, and he transitioned to the next song, and just coming to the realization that this man's discography is so long and so insane that like he has so many different songs to perform in such a short time. And even still, I think they gave him an extra 2 or 3 minutes for his performance. It
Um,
was really good. high energy. I kind of actually
So
wish I would have been able to go. Damn. I actually felt some type of way. I was like, shit, I want to go.
not for $60,000.
That's how much that shit.
Um,
Oh god.
the cheapest seats at the Super Bowl, I think, were $17,000, the nosebleeds.
Oh, I need to be wealthy.
Okay, Mira, so try to keep it in front because when you go on the side, even though your mouth is still I hear the rasping.
Okay. So just
Yeah. Almost like you're giving head the whole time.
what?
Like it's like straight in.
Like this?
Yeah, like you're trying to blow into the mic. Like that's
Okay.
the direction you went. Yeah,
All
perfect.
right.
Um, so let's start the hot topics because we just kind of bullshitting. And the first hot topic will be the Super Bowl. So you watched the halftime show.
Correct.
I have never watched a football game in my entire life. And somehow the clips
Wow.
on TikTok made me pull it up. And so I caught the entire rest of the game after the halftime show. And I was enthralled. Like I couldn't look away. Like apparently I like football. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's because I'm in love with Travis Kelce.
You in love with trap? Huh?
I listen. I after I, he has a reality dating show from 2016, and I watched it on Paramount or Peacock, one of them. And I liked his personality so much. He's so funny. And then watching him and like how he has dated all these black girls and so I was like watching it because the black girl won the dating show. I've never seen a black girl win a dating show with a white dude before. Not in 2016. And I thought he was really funny. And I'm not gonna hold his girlfriend taste against him. So low key I was kind of watching it just to look at his butt. But the Chiefs won. The Kansas City Chiefs won. I think this is their third time winning.
Damn.
I was exhilarated. I will watch every Super Bowl from now on for us. I'm not gonna commit to like weekly games,
But
and
definitely the big ones.
I'm not gonna pay for it. But yeah, yeah, I'm here for Super Bowl. You can interrupt me. I feel
Oh,
like
I don't want to be talking over you, but no, I saw the halftime performance. I just wanted to see Usher. Um, it was great. Like it was a
yeah.
very high energy performance. He went through so many of his like hits and just realizing that that man's discography is like extensive and his career spanned over 30 years. That's a lot of damn songs. Shit made me wish I was there.
I heard that he asked Justin Bieber to be on the show with him, and Justin Bieber said, like, not he like a quote, "I'm not feeling it."
Justin Bieber. Why would he ask?
They have a hit song together.
Which song was that?
You know I don't know, but they have a song together.
Okay, so I'm correct because I'm
Justin
not sure.
Bieber was always with Usher when he first launched.
That was
Um,
yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Usher was like his mentor, and Justin was like his protege, from what I remember from that time period.
When he
But
was
Justin
little.
said no.
I the shit ain't need him anyway. I will say that.
Maybe I have to. I'm my
You
bad. I
gotta
should have
do
watched it. I haven't been an Usher fan since Let It Go. So
it.
like when he started being talking about the DJ falling, like nah, I don't.
Oh, so you don't like his EDM? I
No,
had to come to a realization. I love Usher music, but I didn't like his EDM era either. But
yeah,
as a
yeah, yeah,
creative, I know what
yeah,
it's like to
yeah,
expand and try new
yeah.
things and seeing how people take to it or don't take to it. So I still don't really care for his EDM shit, but I understand like people want to expand and do different genres and try new things. So cause I think what was it? The oh my god, I don't like that song. I don't. Like that shit used to come on the radio and I used to be like, But I love all his R&B and all his, but looking back, I can understand like sometimes people change, people want to experiment,
Hmm.
and they fans are just like some of their fans are just like, no,
I
I
would
don't want this.
say Let It Burn was also about
Not
which
let it burn.
yes, which is relevant because 2 days ago
Hmm.
Usher was talking to People Magazine, and they got him on camera talking about him and Chili's relationship and breakup.
Oh.
So they were together for 3 years. I didn't know that they were together that long, but they was together from 2001 to 2004.
Mhm.
And in the video, he's, like, talking about how he had been, like, in love with Chili since he was 9 years old,
Oh,
how
wow.
Chili was his dream girl, how he told her that he wanted to marry her, propose to her, um
Why you laughing?
because he's a fuckboy.
Oh, man.
So he goes on to say that, her breaking up with him broke his heart, and, he said it's not all about her, but he's like, "Some of it was my fault," but he was like, "Dang, like, it was hard for him to trust women after Chili."
How
Thank you, girl!
how
Yes!
if you did the fuck shit,
Yes!
what do you mean hard for you to trust women? It should hard be for women to trust you.
Ain't he the one with the STD talking about "Let it burn"? He would have given that to Miss Chalandra, and I would have
I
had to fight him. If he had given Chalandra chili
Not
pepper
Chalandra.
rolling.
Why you calling Razonda Chalandra?
But that's what he said, and he said that they just
Chalandra
weren't
is
meant to
crazy.
be. And I was like, "What kind of delusional nigga do you have to be like, I'm gonna cheat on this woman, publicly tell everybody?" Because she didn't say nothing to
Make an
nobody.
album out of it.
Get awards for it. I think he got a Grammy off that record, and
Oh
then be
God.
like, "She ruined," like, that's a bold statement, even for a fuck boy to say, "Listen, you letting my cheating
Hard
get in
to
the way of
trust
our
women.
marriage hurt me." Like, what?
Hard to trust with nigga, you did it. Yo,
That's why, like, that's why I can't get into Usher, like, when I get the ick, when I get a vibe from someone that they're horrible, that they do fuck shit behind, people's backs and stuff like that, I can't support their music no more. I don't care how, like, I'm still trying to listen to Doja Cat, and all she did was fuck a red pill white dick by
incel,
association.
that, and then didn't she have a Nazi on her t-shirt? She just be doing a lot of
Yeah.
little stupid
Yeah,
shit to
yeah,
try to
yeah.
trigger people and start conversation.
And it hurts me because her music is good. She won't let me love her. Um,
She be
oh, that's
wildin'.
Neo. I was about to sing that song. You should
What?
let me love you.
You
Speaking of
said
another
Neo,
fuck
that's
boy.
Mario.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Wait.
Mario. Sorry, I
Not
was.
this nigga Mario talking about Neo. Neo what? Oh God.
um, all right, let's
Damn,
see
Usher. I
what's
can't
next
believe he
on the
said that.
docket.
The unmitigated gall.
Yeah, and the amount of men who were just like co-signing it in the comments was just, you know what, to be expected.
I have to say something. I don't know if you've seen this, but there is a clip floating around the internet where a man is like, I cheated on my wife and had an outside baby. And the man asked him, well, what did you do to try to repair and do better by your lady that you love? And this nigga said, I sent hearts in a text message.
Yes, I
And every
saw
day
that.
I sent more and more
Oh
hearts.
my
I made it to
god.
21 hearts. I'm like, nigga, so you didn't even stay consistent with the hearts? And you bragging about it. He was so excited like a big ass kid. I made it to 21 hearts.
So, Mir, I need you to tell me, why are emojis not a proper forgiveness gift for a break baby? Like, are emotes not enough for you? Like, what else do you want this man to do?
You are a
He took the
grown
time
ass
out to
man.
press the button hard enough and long enough. He held it long enough for the emoji menu to pop up. He had to pick out one that made him think of you. And he had to add one each and every day. And that's not good enough. This is what we talk when we talk about black men not being good enough and how black women be treating them so terribly. This is what we're talking about.
You know what? I'm so sick of your shit. No, but you cheat. You had a fucking outside baby and emojis is all you could think of. Like, there's so much more you could do to try to repair your relationship. He was so excited too. Like, yeah, I sent emojis. Nigga, you had a whole baby on her. I don't understand these men. I don't understand these grown ass men. I
So, next up on the mess docket,
uh-oh.
the real headline for last Sunday was not the Super Bowl. What really was important was famed international rap superstar, pop artist, legendary actress, acclaimed dancer, Beyonce Knowles Carter. Let y'all hoes know that she is Carrie Underwood 2.0. She lets you hoes know.
Not before he cheats.
She released them 2 songs. So she had her commercial, right? Did you see the commercial?
I
Beautiful.
did.
I mean, the
Very
timeline
well
went
made.
crazy.
Oh, they lost their damn mind.
When she was a Twitch streamer,
Yeah.
child, she got
I'm
more
sure that
followers than
Twitch I
I
was
know
just
now.
about to say that Twitch channel probably got about 100K on it right now.
Yes, it was so cute. They put money behind that commercial. Um, I heard she got paid $17 million for that commercial, if I recall correctly.
Damn.
And then in the commercial, the whole commercial, she's trying to break the internet because that's what Beyonce is known for. She was the first artist to really do that when she dropped that album in the middle of the night and didn't tell
And
nobody.
didn't say nothing. I still
No
remember that
visuals,
shit.
that was
Sheesh.
everything.
That changed the way record sales and all that shit work. I remember
And
that.
and we're gonna get back to how she inspired lesser known artists to try and copy her.
Oh,
Jennifer Lopez is coming up next. So, Beyonce, in the commercial, she's trying to break the internet, and at the very end, she says something along the lines of, "I'm just gonna release some music. That'll do it." And then at that same time, she released 2 country songs. One of them is called 16 Carriages, and the other one's called Texas Hold'em. And I have been fucking them up ever since. Any opinion?
I I've been listening to Texas Hold. I listened to the other one too, but I've been jamming to Texas Hold'em. I
So,
think it's
yeah,
nice. I think it's cute. Like
I'm a Texas Hold'em girl too.
I kind of want I need for her to like release the album and shit though. Like I'm trying to hear everything. Oh, that should be coming out soon. I've just been seeing the timeline and everybody kind of just going crazy and doing their dance videos on TikTok. I've seen a lot more black country artists that
Mhm.
a lot of them I've never seen before, and some of them I already listen to and follow, and they're like going viral again and again, and that's like really nice to see. Because I know these folks out here working hard, and there's so many black folks in other genres just killing shit. So I think this is cool because she's also bringing a lot of new eyes on these other people too. Because it's look, my timeline has been nothing but the yeehaw agenda since last week. So I'm with it.
She's definitely inspired me. I'm from Texas. Like I've always said Beyonce's my cousin, but she has inspired me to get a cowboy hat. I want the lasso
Wait a
necklace.
minute, you don't have a cowboy hat?
No, I don't have no cowboy boots.
Nigga,
I've
you
never
live in
owned
Texas and you
cowboy
don't got a
boots.
cowboy hat? I ain't got the
I've
boots, but I got
never
a hat.
owned. Texans don't be wearing it. There's a very select group of people who wear Western clothing
Oh no, I
like
know.
that.
I've been to Texas. I was like, niggas really don't be wearing. I said this is very niche. I don't know what I thought. How many cowboy hats I thought I was gonna see when I went to Texas, but I didn't see none. And I was like,
Beyonce is the first Black female artist to reach the top of Apple Music in the US country chart in history. And she is also the first female Black artist to occupy the first and the second position on the chart
simultaneously.
simultaneously. I'm so proud of her. And it's so good.
She
Like
worked so fucking hard.
the songs that Beyonce be coming out with now that like she don't give a fuck no more. Like she hit her 40s and she said, I'm gonna do what I want. And y'all gonna buy it anyway. Let's not pretend like you're not. You will buy Beyonce can release Bowel Movement 2.0 and it could just literally be
What?
the sound of her shit hitting the toilet bowl of water.
Dude,
And people will be like, immediately, tickets, when are they being released? Like I'm a
where I need
stand.
the visuals. Like visuals of what? Nigga, it's doo doo.
Woo! I could just see now like the toilet bowl is all silver, disco ball. I really love like
Mhm.
this theme of like individual renaissances. So like the first one was like her disco, electronica, house,
House
ballroom.
era.
Yeah, and now if this whole album gonna be country, I assume it is. I wonder what the third one's gonna be. Like if she
They
does
saying
rock
it might be
again,
rock.
I would love it.
I'm here for it.
'Cause yes. Because I love daddy lessons. So I knew she could do country, but I didn't know she could do country like this well. Like 16 carriages, like you. I don't listen to as much. I recognize it's a beautiful song. For me, it's like
Mhm.
my headspace. It's like 16 carriages just makes me feel a little bit too introspective and moody.
Yeah.
And Texas Hold'em,
It's good energy. I'm like,
yeah.
like I could play that and like vibe out. Yeah. I
Them
like the
TikTok. I This is the first time I've
TikToks are
wanted to
so
learn a
cute.
TikTok dance. Like for real, for
You
real.
dead ass?
I really want to. Like,
Oh shit. You finna
if
shake
I had a
some.
partner to do the dance with, I would 100% record it. I ain't gonna do it by myself. That will never happen. But
Damn.
I loved it. I loved it. And then so Beyonce fans, we've talked about them before, and how they go hard. So a radio station, 100.1 FM KYKC out in Oklahoma City, refused to play Beyonce's
The fuck?
country songs. So what happened was a listener wrote in, they said, "Hey, I would really love it if you would play Beyonce's new songs on your country radio station."
Mhm.
And they responded back with, "Thanks for writing us. We do not play Beyonce on this radio station. Best of luck." This person posted it on TikTok.
Oh.
Beyonce stan said, we can show you better than we can tell you." Ran up the emails, the phone calls, all that stuff. Beyonce, I believe this was 5 days ago, is already in their top 10 song on the playlist now
You fucking weak.
because they they said that that was just an auto response, that they weren't aware that Beyonce had came out with country music, and they said, "Normally, she's a pop artist, and so
Pop
we don't play."
artist.
That's what they
Yeah.
said, but they changed their tune real quick. And if you remember, Beyonce played at the CMAs a couple of years ago with the Dixie Chicks.
Mhm. I remember that performance. It was good.
And them white folks lost they fucking mind. They was boycotting CMT. Like within 24 hours, CMT had taken the video down off their website because they got so much hate mail from their racist ass fans and
Oh
audience
my
members.
god.
And the Dixie Chicks only performed because Beyonce asked them to. Because Dixie Chicks, they've been done with country music fans ever since they spoke out about George Bush,
George
right?
Bush years ago.
Yes, the second
Jesus.
they had white folks had canceled the Dixie Chicks then and there. Um, and so Beyonce got the job to perform. She's like, I want the Dixie Chicks. And this was like, fine, I'll do it. But the way they treated Beyonce, and this is from an interview that I saw from the Dixie Chicks, they said that they treated Beyonce so horribly that she probably likely will never return.
Oh my
Um,
god.
yes. Especially since I think she was nominated for a CMA and they didn't give it to her. But Beyonce at this point, it's par for the course for her to be deserving of an award and not get it. Um, but anyway, I love you, Beyonce. I cannot wait for this album to drop. I saw that the price list and the product list for her new hair care line dropped as well.
Mhm.
Seek Sacred. I keep
Sacred.
telling- and the prices are what we thought they'd be, sis.
It's no, I think it's more affordable than I thought it would be. It's just for me how much you paying for the size because I started comparing to the bottles and things that I have in my office and I was like, $40 for that much is not really a lot.
Okay, so maybe yeah. I just thought they looked like standard shampoo bottle sizes, and
They
I
look
saw that they
small
were
to
like
me.
$45.
Yeah, they look small to me.
And I looked at the kits because I want to like if I try something, especially something this pricey, I don't see the purpose in just being able to buy one shampoo and one leave-in. Like I feel like you should try everything together.
All at once and see how
Yeah.
it works together if it's cohesive. Yeah.
And that kit is $250 for not even
Nigga,
all the
what?
products to try.
What kit did
Ye
you see?
So
Wait.
there's 2 kits I saw. One that was like a mini kit that only had 3 products, and I wanna say it was $25. And then there was
Okay.
another kit that had, I don't know if they were all full size, but they were bigger sizes, and it was, I wanna say, like, 6 or 7 or maybe possibly 8 products, and it was $250.
Oh, no. I saw $40 kits. I think one was 60. I did not see that much.
I just
I
want
probably would have closed the window.
I did. I absolutely did. I was like, I wear wigs. Who's
No,
gonna
I don't
know?
either.
Who's gonna know? How would they know? How
They're
would they
gonna
know?"
know. They're gonna know.
Oh gosh, I love you. I love you, Beyonce. Um, okay, not to keep flip-flopping. Uh, Super Bowl halftime show.
Mhm.
Beyonce's done it. Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake famously did it.
Mhm.
Usher's done it. Um, they're in talks now. People are trying to, I guess, throw around names of
Who's
possible
next?
performers to play on Super Bowl. And Super Bowl is one of them things where like they don't get paid for that. Y'all know that, right? Like the people who perform at Super Bowl.
I recently learned that, and they measured the value based off of exposure. Like they was like Usher's got paid, or they said Usher earned over $50 million in expo, and I was like, exposure. I'm like, they really
Mhm.
don't.
Not only
But I'm like,
that,
they
but
could
they have to
afford to
pay
not get paid for that shit. But yeah.
the Super Bowl, and I'm almost 100% sure this is true. They not only don't pay you, but they also don't pay for what you're using. They don't pay for your costumes, the set, the dancers, nothing. The artist covers that out of pocket. If let me double check. I'm almost 100% sure. Um,
I
let me see.
Y'all know how I feel about working for free, so I ain't got much to contribute to that
Okay,
one.
yeah, I lied. I lied.
These motherfuckers could afford to do that shit and not get paid for it.
I lie. I lie. They do it for free, but the NFL covers costs related to production of the halftime show.
Okay. Well, that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah. They said that according to Forbes magazine, artists are paid minimum wage union scale. So they do get paid, but they don't get paid. They get paid for us. They don't get paid for them. They get $1,000 a day, which is considered minimum wage on a union scale.
Oh my
So I guess if you're taking like a month to prepare, you get $1,000 a day. So like that's $30,000 to prepare, which to me is a year of money. But I understand if you're Beyonce, then that's
yeah,
lunch.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
But one of the
$30,000 to us is great, but to them, that
I
probably
would
won't even cover one piece of a fucking
if I
aspect of their
got
life.
if I got $1,000 a day, you
That's
know
one
how
night at the
happy
club for
I would be
them.
as a person. I would be anyway. So one of the names that they're throwing out, and I actually think it's a good idea, but I don't know if white people know him like that. But people were saying that T-Pain.
You said you don't think a lot of people know him like that.
No, I said
What?
white people might not know him like
Oh,
that.
I'm like, I mean, he got some hits. He got some bangers. I'm pretty sure he got enough music, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, he had Buy You a Drink. I'm in
yeah,
love with a stripper. You know what I'm
not
saying?
stripper.
Bartender.
Yeah. He has some
5 o'clock in
bops.
the morning, and then I'm gonna get boring. That song,
Mhm.
like I love T-Pain.
He got some bops.
Um, I actually emailed him one time.
You did?
Mhm.
What you had
Because
said?
he has Nappy Boy Gaming,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
saw who was on his roster, and I was like, "Okay, you have nobody like me,
Who?
so let me shoot my shot." He doesn't. And, so I emailed this company or whatever, and they got back to me a few months later, and they're like, "Unfortunately, right now, T-Pain is not in a position to hire or enlist anybody into the agency." But I remember one time I was in his stream, and I said, "Hey, T-Pain, big fan," because I am a big fan. He's so fucking talented. He's like,
Mhm.
he does musical
Man could sing
instruments,
his ass off.
so many different genres. I saw him doing country the other day on TikTok. Amazing.
I saw that shit too.
Yeah, but and it's a
I was
clip I
like,
used
"Damn,
to
this
play
nigga can
all
do
the
everything."
time. And I think I still have it on Instagram, but I went in and I said, "Hey, T-Bone," and I was just in his chat with thousands of other people, and he said something like, he said, "Motherfucking Sadies, I checked out your Twitch the other day. You're doing some pretty great stuff over there." Or something along those lines, and I remember freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god, T-Pain knows who I am." And this was like 2 years ago. But yeah, I will always fuck with him for that because that was amazing. I there's whole other content creator streamers who have met me personally who wouldn't give me a shout out like that. So that meant a whole lot to me. But I agree. T-Pain has bops and I will support him. I was about to talk about I was about to mislead you so bad. Let's talk about natural women who have never
Oh,
had cosmetic surgery, who have
oh,
never depended on a man, who've never used their money ever, who are strong and independent, who don't air out their drama at all. And then we're going to talk about the opposite, Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan. Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan in the past week. They've been dating for, it has to have been at least a year at this point. Larsa Pippen, who famously got her name from Scottie Pippen, she was married to him for many years. They have 3 children together. Marcus Jordan, who is the son of African American activist Michael Jordan. I'm just kidding. He's definitely an Uncle Tom. Is the
oh.
son of him, and they've been dating, and people are have always been in the hubbub because Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were teammates for a period of time. They were known as like a
Mhm,
dynamic duo. So Larsa Pippen is 52, if I'm not mistaken. And Marcus
mhm.
Jordan, I believe, is like 38. So they do have a nice little age gap romance. Shout out to Book Talk going on. And people were speculating that they broke up because they did that thing where couples unfollow each other and they delete all the pictures that they have of them on their feed. And that is how they declare to the world that they are single, that they have broken up. This woman is 52 years old on her Instagram stories talking about after you break up with a boy, do your friends have to unfollow them? Shouldn't they unfollow them? I'm like, woman, you are 52 years old, a mother of 3,
Grown ass woman.
and you worried about who your friends are following on Instagram after a breakup?
Grown ass woman.
And she did lots of like passive aggressive comments and posts like that. And then cut to yesterday, they was spotted out having a dinner at nighttime, romantic May December
She over there
romance.
sneaking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He over there pretending he can look at her in direct sunlight, and she over there pretending like, she doesn't have to use Activia yogurt to go to the bathroom regularly, and they are just in bliss. Um, Here's the thing. I don't have say something. What?
Because why would you say that? I'm sitting here trying to hold in a
I'm over
fucking
here watching her
laugh.
holding up. Why are you holding a laugh? People are gonna
Because
think you
you
don't think
put
I'm
some
funny,
fucking
Mira.
Activia. Not that.
No,
She over here letting the AAR pussy jokes
she's
fly,
just
and I'm just like, bruh, why?
I don't mean to be an ageist. She's just a horrible fucking person.
I
So, damn it, when you don't like somebody, sometimes you hit below the belt. And no, I normally would not attack another woman over her age, but she's fucking horrible. On her
sound
show
childish.
that you don't watch, Real Housewives of
That's
Miami,
crazy.
this woman on the show who I like, her name is Gertie. Okay. She tells Larsa that she is battling, she just found out she has breast cancer. She's starting chemo. And she tells Larsa Pippen, don't tell nobody. This is my story. I want to tell all the rest of the cast, all of our quote unquote friends. And Larsa's like, of course, I won't. I won't. 4 hours later, she throws a party with half the cast and she tells all of them in a room full of strangers how Gertie has breast cancer.
Excuse me?
Yes. She does. And then when Gertie finds out about this and confronts Larsa, Larsa's like, I thought I was doing you a fucking favor. Like I thought I was making sure that people like knew to care about you. Like I thought I was doing you a favor by
By
telling
telling
everybody.
everybody my business that I
Yeah.
wasn't ready to tell nobody.
Yes.
She
Yes.
nobody uppercut her ass. What?
The way they
Huh?
treat the black woman on Real Housewives of Miami is disgusting and deplorable. She's a terrible person, and, like, I feel like even though I do judge women based on the men that they date and marry, I also judge men based on the women that they date and marry. And this woman has no substance, no sense of humor, no charisma. All she has is Silicon Valley all over her body, in and
Damn.
through her ass looks so manufactured, it might as well have Nabisco stamped on the back. Like,
Not the Nabisco
she
butt.
she has an assembly line BBL, and I'm just
You
I
put a
fi
whole new meaning to Little Debbie.
I will never get over her being on the show, and she's talking about all I think it was, like, 13 years they were married. She's like, "Every
Mhm.
single day and every single night I was married to Scottie Pippen. We had sex 3 times a night every night."
Damn.
You believe that?
Aren't athletes not even supposed to be fucking like that? Isn't
You
there a
know
thing with
what? That's a good
athletes that
point.
they not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Because it affects their performance on the
That's a
court
good
or on the
point.
field. Like, so how is she fucking him that much? And then he still got the energy to go and play them games? Out of something, the math ain't mathing right. This
And
nigga super dick or something?
she was saying how she has, like, such a tight pussy, like, just like a Barbie
Not a
doll
little
Mattel
ooh
size
pussy
pussy.
hole. Oh no.
Because it's like, if you got ran through 3 times a night, every night by I'm assuming a very large and well-endowed basketball player, I think we have to be talking about hot dog in the hallway status.
Hot dog down the hallway is crazy.
You ain't never heard that expression?
Yes, I have. It's like you throwing a hot dog down the hallway. I that shit always bewilders me because
Um,
how to put what?
uh,
No, I
shout out
guess
to
you feel like she
y'all.
capping.
It's good to see black love out here in Hollywood. Um, Stop holding in your laughs. It sounds so weird when I say something and you know it's dead silence. And I'm leaving this in the edit. Um, so since we're gonna continue with me just
Oh
hopping from
shit.
fucking I keep doing a topic and then moving to a different topic and then going back to the topic before that in some type of way. So back to Beyonce.
Beyonce?
Beyonce. Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm not I'm okay. I lost this news story, so I'm just gonna recite what I remember
Okay.
from my head. Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, what did J Lo do? Because they always
Oh,
niggas have been ragging on J Lo for years. Like ever since
let
everybody
me tell
found out
you
that
what
her
she did.
vocals wasn't her vocals, they've been tearing her ass up for years. And now I want to know what's the tea. She's so tickled. What did J Lo do this week that she getting ragged? Did she try to start a TikTok challenge that nobody fucking followed? She did a TikTok challenge by herself on the beach,
Oh
and then
my,
nobody followed. I'm like, why
I'm
y'all don't like
laughing.
J Lo? What did Jennifer Lopez do?
Um, I'm gonna be professional.
And what are you going to say, ma'am?
And I'm going to recite this news story with as little of my opinion and
Okay,
personal viewpoints
unbiased
to
opinion on Jennifer
color it.
Lopez. Okay.
Okay, so Jennifer Lopez,
Mm-hmm.
she
Cause why you ragging on J Lo
because
like
I
this?
watched her movie last night and it's fresh
Oh,
in my
you
mind.
did? Was it good?
Oh,
Oh no. I was gonna
okay,
see it. What happened? It was bad. It
oh
was
my
good.
god.
I heard
Okay,
something about CGI.
it was amazing. Okay, so
Okay,
okay,
good, bad.
Jennifer Lopez, the Puerto Rican Beyonce, she She decided that, it was
Secret pass.
really, really important for her to make a I'm still unsure if it was autobiographical or completely like, fantasy made up script because in the movie, she looks like herself and she has 3 marriages in the movie and they
She was
all
married 3
end.
times in real life?
Yeah, so, like, that's what
Damn.
makes people think that maybe she's talking about her. So she set out to make a movie that was Lemonade-esque. 'Cause, when Beyonce did Lemonade and her self-titled, like, that's when she let people in, she let people know, like, about her miscarriages, the infidelity in her marriage, so on and so forth, right? Like, we got to see a different side. So Jennifer Lopez said, "Okay, the most interesting thing about me is who has been in and around my vagina, so let me make a movie strictly about that."
What?
I can't even begin to tell you the movie opens up with Jennifer Lopez with soot on her face, dressed up as a like a factory worker in a zip down jumpsuit, and she's, um, I guess, breakdancing on an assembly line that looks like they're making Sheen scarves. It was a fever dream. At one point, there's a council of her zodiac chart, and there's 12 different birth signs talking to each other, and they're all played by a different celebrity, like Kiki Palmer was one of them. Okay, I remember now. So the first scene, she's doing her assembly line worker days off. And then the very next scene, she is being tied up and domestically violenced by a man to a dance routine.
Huh?
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then at another point, she's doing like a dancing in the rain impersonation where she's twirling in the rain with her umbrella and just laughing. And basically, the whole thing is about how she's a hopeless romantic and she'll never give up looking for true love. The
Should I be
problem,
sober when I watch this?
no, okay, so I took an edible and I watched it and I had the time of my fucking life. I'm saying all this to say, watch it. It is the worst thing Jennifer Lopez has ever done. So what I heard was she shipped this idea to different studios and nobody would pay for it. And so she finally had to finance it for herself. The whole thing is heavily CGI. It might as well have been a remake of Up. I cannot believe that this is the same woman who was Selena. Like the music was terrible. Her
Damn.
album, okay, Jennifer Lopez's album This Is Me Now debuted with 14,000 streams on Spotify, making it the lowest debuting album by any main pop artist in the history of Spotify. Like there was nothing interesting about it, but it was fucking fun. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, there's no way this man loves Jennifer Lopez because no man would let his wife go out like that.
Oh my god. It was that much of a wild ride?
It's the worst thing she's ever done. Like you think her lip syncing is bad or her trying to act, it is nothing compared to putting all those things together in this movie. Watch it. Watch it.
Alright, alright. I'm
Do
Imma
not be
watch it this week.
sober.
Damn.
Do
Alright.
not be
So
sober, but I
I
do
don't have
wanna
no
watch
more
it again.
edibles, but I'll grab some wine and just watch it with dinner. Yo, I
Girl,
think it's on Amazon Prime too,
it
so you
is.
joking, so
That's
we
how I
probably
watch.
should
Oh,
do
I
an
definitely
official
didn't pay
watch
for
party.
it. I
Oh, yeah,
definitely
it's on
didn't pay
Prime.
for it. Sober is a 0 out
Damn.
of 0.
So don't watch it sober? Oh my god.
Let's talk about Calandria Roland.
So she got a movie coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out on Netflix. It's called I wanna say Mia Culpa. That's what
I
it's
think that's
called.
how it's pronounced. Imma watch
Um
it. It looked messy.
In promotion of, her movie coming out on
Mhm.
Netflix, Kelly was supposed to appear of, The Today Show,
Mhm.
to promote Mia Culpa, and, she was supposed to be a guest host there with I think it's, like, Hoda and Jenna Bush who host that show. I've never watched a single episode, have you?
Not in a very long time, no.
Kelly went in and, with her team, and they inquired about the green room, um, that was upstairs because they went in and she did not like her dressing room. From what I've heard, this is like a communal dressing room, and it's always been like this, where the talent kind of all share the same room. And celebrities they're used to like having their own space, especially when they're at the level of like Kelly Rowland. Like we're not talking about a dressing room for I don't know, the guy who played the werewolf in Twilight. Like we're talking about like an actual celebrity.
Damn.
Um and so they were like, "What about the green room upstairs?" And they were like, "Nah, that's for Jennifer Lopez." Who was there to of course promote the legendary This Is Me Now movie that we just spoke about. And so the producers reportedly or allegedly offered Kelly like a bunch of different options for what she could do. Um, and they claim they were offering her like larger utility areas where she get her makeup and hair done, and that Kelly wasn't happy with it, and so she took off.
Oh, wow.
And then in her place, Rita Ora, I guess, was on standby because what else is she doing? Can you name a Rita Ora song?
No.
Neat, neat.
I don't know much about Rita Ora. I just know that she just be popping up. She's what the young kids will call I feel like she's what the young kids will call an industry plant. Like, where the fuck did you even come from? I don't
See,
remember much about her other than just seeing her in photo shoot. Like, I don't.
I just remember they gave like you know how Ice Spice when she first hit the scene and was getting popping, how all the rappers were trying to fuck her.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lotto. Once she hit on the scene, all the rappers were trying to fuck her.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like Rita Ora was the originator. Well, not the originator, but like one in a long line of musical artists or racially ambiguous pop stars who rappers tried to get to. So every single time I heard her name, it was in reference to who she was dating in the industry. But I ain't never heard a song.
Me neither. I'm probably gonna go look and see how she said all these years too. I've never heard nothing.
Yeah, she took over for Kelly, but I want to talk about the respect that you got to put on Kelly's name and how she has earned. Like what imagine being Kelly Rowland with the voice that Kelly Rowland has, with the skin that Kelly Rowland has, with the Grammys that Kelly Rowland has, with the repertoire, the catalog, the resume that Miss Rowland has, and having to take a utility closet because Jennifer fucking Lopez gets the biggest room.
Like, if y'all was concerned with kissing J Lo ass, why didn't y'all just bring J Lo in on another day? I don't. And that's y'all still have such limited resources on rooms. Y'all could have just separated their days. Um,
I
because that shit
cannot
is disrespectful.
I cannot imagine having those two options and being like, yeah, J Lo, you get the big one. J Lo would be in the back of a pickup truck so damn quick.
You just you can't stand J Lo.
I would let her have free. No, I actually love Jennifer Lopez, but I'd be like, team, you have this entire parking lot. Go ham because
I you ain't
that's
shit.
insulting. That's insulting. Do you think J Lo has more star power than Kelly Rowland?
Not to me, but to others, probably. That's
Do you think
probably why they acting like that. That view on it makes absolute sense because the way they talk about black artists is crazy.
gaming
Uh-oh.
it is so divided. It's wild how so many white gamers don't know famous and popular black content creators and how many black content creators don't know the big white ones. Like it's wild. Like I remember whenever I had the HyperX thing and I was talking to some of the because I was around a lot of content creators, I had mentioned Corey Kenshin and no one knew who I
Mhm.
was talking about. Not a single one. And I was like,
That does not
"What?"
surprise me.
Mm,
And I feel
yeah.
like that with all forms of media. You know what I'm saying? People you will find black folks that will consume everyone's media, but that energy is never returned. Like it's almost never returned. And when you do find people who are not um biased and like weird about the content they consume when they're white, everybody's like, oh shit, yeah, she watches black stuff, you listen to black people, you this, you that. And it's like, I don't know why people getting brownie points for not being racist. People should be able to consume and empathize with people that don't look like them, and that goes for everything: gaming, music, movies, whatever, reading a damn book. people should be able to consume and
Do you feel like that's true of, like, your audience? Like, I feel like my audience is either black or gay. Like, there's nothing else.
um I would say that, but it's the white folks in my audience. It's
Who are
not.
straight?
Yeah, but
Mm.
it's men. Um, I noticed
Are
that.
they
I
trying to
was
fuck?
like, I
Are they trying to get
don't know.
on some race play?
Oh no. They know I have a man, so I will hope that that's not
What's
the
that
type
like,
of
having a
time.
man? That's the topic for
Oh
the week.
Lord,
What's it like having a man? I don't know what
it's
that's like.
it, it's great. I love my little snuggle butt. I miss
Can I
him.
ask I'm not gonna ask, like, any more questions in this one, but how long have y'all been together?
I think it's like 2 years now. Time, I'm losing the concept of time, but I definitely think it's like
Bravo.
2 or 2 plus years now. Yeah.
Bravo.
This is
Um,
hard. A relationship in a pandemonium express. The relationship in a pandemic is hard as hell.
okay. Have you been watching, is her name Risa Tisa? Tisa Risa?
Tisa Risa. Who
The
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 fuck is
wo the
Tisa
woman
Risa?
who was oh my god! How have you
What?
not heard about this? There is not a black woman in America with TikTok who does not know what I'm talking about right now.
Tisa
This
Risa.
her name is something like that, but she is a woman who has been I think she's on part 44 of her story on TikTok, where
What you
she is
talking about?
detailing her pathological lying ex-husband and the shit that he was lying about.
I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
I haven't watched all of them because I was busy
Did you say how
watching
many parts?
shit. Last I checked was yesterday, and she was at least on part 44.
Nigga,
And we're
what?
talking hundreds of thousands of views, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. One, okay, I lost it and I had to tag out whenever she was talking about. So they met in the pandemic. This is the reason why I'm mentioning it is.
Mhm.
They met during the pandemic, and I was thinking about how many, including myself, how many pandemic relationships were just fucking doomed. Like coming together at the worst time, like horrible. But she says she met this nigga in the pandemic
Mhm.
and they linked up at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, not the Cheesecake Factory?
Yes, and the
Who
very
gives a
first
shit about
date,
that?
he he fixed her tire. He got her a new tire and he paid for
Okay.
dinner. And she's like, and he was over 6 foot. So, it
Turn up.
listen, in a pandemic, that might as well have been like fucking Will Smith. Not Will Smith. That's a bad example. What's Sierra's husband?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, this is my Russell." Well, I did not know that man got paid so much. I looked
No,
up Super
Russell?
Bowl salaries because I'm in love with Travis Kelce, and he's like in the top 10 of most highly paid football players in the league. I was like, I did not know that. Per
That woman over there living life. I'm telling you. Look,
the fact that somebody can
just
go
having
from Bow
babies and
Wow
living a beautiful life.
to Future to Russell Wilson. This is what we talk about when we're talking about getting promoted at work. It's
Oh my
no
God.
lateral moves
What
here.
is
Like
wrong with you?
y'all over here talking about, oh well,
Christ on a
I got
cracker.
promoted from like dock supervisor to cashier supervisor. Baby, that's a lot. That's a horizontal move. Kelly Rowland, Kelly Rowland went over here, came from the Wendy's 4 for $4 to getting filet mignon with that truffle butter. She
Oh
did
my
it. That's her big one. She ain't got. I will always respect her for that. And
Sierra.
also her talent and stuff. Yeah, Sierra. Because you can't go down. Don't go down. Um, anyway, I lost it whenever homegirl Tesla's Teresa, she said in one of her parts that the man was like he paid all the bills. And she said that he was like the president of a company
Oh shit.
and how she didn't have to worry about nothing financially, la 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 la. And he said that every morning he would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning while she was getting ready to go to work, and he would be on the phone with his brother, or like his friends, and she would be like getting ready, and he would relay messages that his brother or his friends would say to her, and she would relay messages back through him, and how she had never met anybody from his family ever. And she said, "Come to find out, this nigga was a temp." And then wait, he worked at a temp agency
Nigga,
for a
what?
forklift company.
Nigga, what?
And she said that, his brother and him have been estranged since 2015, so every single time he was on the phone, she said every morning for 30, 45 minutes, he would be on the phone with his brother, be like, "Yeah, babe, my brother Tyrone, he says, hey, you know, that, him and the kids are doing good, and so did got this grade in school," that each and every time he did that, every single day, he wasn't talking to anyone.
The hell? What do you mean wasn't talking to anyone?
She said, one day she had gotten hurt at work, and the hospital had called him to come pick her up early. And he answered the phone. He's like, "Yeah, this is the man's name is actually Rain, Reign. So that's already how did you go on a date with this man, sis?" But
Jesus
he
Christ.
said that he pretended to be his own executive assistant, and he's like, "Yes, this is Rain's executive assistant. He's in a meeting until 5 p.m., but I'll take the message." And the hospital was like, couldn't give him details. So he's like, "Yeah, just tell him that this person got hurt and you can pick him up." So the reason why he did that is because he didn't get off work till 5 p.m. Not because he was in a meeting. It's because his temp job would let him leave. And so she hunts down his brother. Girl, you gotta watch it. There are so many TikToks of women sitting down with glasses of wine, and the sound is her describing her story. And it's like people were talking about how like that's their nightly routine now, is to listen to the latest whatever happened. But she said she finally tracked down homie's brother, and the brother was like, "Yeah, I
Yo.
ain't talked to him since he was 2015 to 2015." And he was like, well, he's like, "Did you meet anybody from our family?" And she's like, "Well, I met y'all aunt." And he's like, "That ain't our damn aunt. That's our
What?
mama, our dad mama's ex best friend." And he was like, "Well, I talk. What about this brother and this brother?" And she's like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, he ain't talked to me. I mean, he ain't talked to them even longer than he had talked to me." He's like, "My
Me.
brother's been a compulsive liar all his life. He ain't never held a job. How could anybody think that he could be president of a company?" Like all this stuff,
That's scary.
and how they was getting a house together. Like it, you girl, you gotta watch
That's
it.
fucking scary. So
Oh,
that's what that shit was about. Cause I saw it, but I was like, what is this? And that's actually scary to have somebody just lie to you like that.
that's the kind of content I
Did
like
he
to
think he
see.
was not gonna get no pussy if he had a temp job? I don't.
I don't
Somebody
know.
was gonna give you some pussy with a temp job. You didn't have to. You don't have to do all of that.
And I can't even judge it
Somebody has
because
set out that pussy like a hot plate for a nigga that just got a job. Like, there's no reason for you to pretend that you work someplace that you don't or you live a life that you don't. Somebody is preparing pussy in the corner for you that you don't have to do that. Unless you want the type of women that you know you don't supposed to get or you feel like you don't supposed to get. I don't understand what that is. People do a lot of
so
shit for some pussy.
now I visualize a pussy cookbook where they're like, okay, now to make the perfect pink pussy, you add 2 eggs, stir until
Mhm.
soft. Like that's what I just
The
visualize.
perfect punani. Yeah. A pussy cookbook is not a bad idea. If listeners, you know what I'm saying, might want to get on it.
Have you seen the cum cookbook?
No, but I've heard about it because of my nasty ass community members who discuss cum recipes and wanting to put cum in their fucking coffee and cookies and shit. Yeah. So I know about that against my motherfucking will.
I remember I was going through the Amazon reviews, and one of the reviews
This is
on
unhinged.
not only that, but it could be a criminal offense. One of them was talking about how she had prepared the recipe with her husband's semen and served it for her guests unknowingly, and how everybody raved about the taste.
I
And that's
would.
how
Have you seen that fucking do you remember the Simpsons where he choked Bart out till his fucking eyes popped out? The way I would fuck you mean you giving people nut cookies without they permission of they bitch, I choke
I
you out
think
like Bart. What do you
you
mean?
say that, but I think it literally was banana nut loaf. Get it?
I almost broke my goddamn glasses. The way all I had the visual is Homer Simpson just choking Bart Simpson the fuck the way that would be me and her, bro. I'm choking you till your fucking eyes pop out. You giving out nut without permission. You giving talking about it's a new meaning to banana nut. You dead ass.
New title of the episode alert: Giving out nut without permission.
That you gonna get us banned off them
No,
people
it's not. That's
website.
not what's going to be.
They'll be
But
like, nut. This
somebody
is
would die
very
that day. Somebody.
somebody gotta
I'm not
die.
audience listeners. I'm
Tombstone
not
pile
exaggerating.
driver.
Some There's not a lot of things I would kill
Star
somebody
frog
over,
splash.
but you feeding me your man's nut, especially when I can kind of visualize what this man probably the kind of man who would donate his semen to his wife's bake sale. I already kind of know what he looks like.
He
You
probably don't
would,
have a good diet or nothing. Ew.
but you know what? The good thing is they wouldn't have to worry about catering because we already would have the snacks there, courtesy of your husband. But you would
Oh
die
my
that day. We would
god.
have the funeral and the repast right the fuck there because you would
Everybody
die.
gotta die. Cause why would you
Everybody
do
gotta die.
that? That
I actually,
ass.
I don't even want to say this out loud, but one of my like phobias is somebody jizzing in my food and then I eat it like at
That's
a fast
a
food restaurant.
oh, that's a wild phobia.
I think about that
But
like
I
every couple of
understand it because
months.
people sick. People are some
Yeah,
sick pups.
yeah.
You just this random, nobody did nothing. He didn't necessarily have a bad day. He just decided to drag his dick across the cheeseburgers for no fucking reason. Like, nigga, why? You mad at the world because you don't want to work? Why is you rubbing your balls on the fucking cheeseburgers and the sauces? What are you doing? Like, people just be doing random nasty shit to food. You ever seen them people get caught on camera? Nigga just putting his toes in the lettuce and
Girl, okay, all right. Now you're
yeah,
getting
yeah,
graphic.
yeah.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a gentleman trying to make a sperm and cheese deluxe. Let him be. Let him be.
I just need to know. You can't give me that without me knowing.
Did you hear that
I'ma
news
fight.
story? I think it took place in Texas, where that Taco Bell would
Wait,
close
what?
for their holiday party. It was some sort of it was a place with a drive-through. They closed for their holiday party, and the employees all had an orgy in the lobby and back there where they make the food for their holiday party.
Did this really happen or is
This
this a
really
porno?
happened,
This sounds like a porno
and
scenario. I'm about to say,
the
did they remix
establishment
Popeye's porno and do Taco Bell instead?
is still open. I saw the news. They literally had a helicopter filming somebody in the drive-through getting their food.
I as much as I want to be like, oh, I'm disgusted, da 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 da, I'm pretty sure these people be at these fast food restaurants or just these businesses, period, just fucking in places they know they ain't supposed to be anyway.
Okay, so we have a registry rate for sex offenders. I feel like there should be a registry for people who fuck with your food, especially if it's like egregious like that.
That
You
shit
should
is
not be
wild.
allowed to have another job at a restaurant for the rest of your life. I don't want
That
you
shit
even
is
doing fucking
wild.
DoorDash. You telling
Mm,
me you put a
mm,
pubic
mm.
hair in somebody's fries once? No, you need to die.
It's so nasty. Oh, oh.
All right, you guys, that's all the mess that we have this week. We will be right back with our topics.
And welcome back, y'all. I'm here with this week's topic, which is something that is very close to me, something that I've been dealing with for years, and I'm actually dealing with as we speak. And this week's topic is burnout. How many of you have experienced burnout and realizing that burnout is a whole lot more common than we think
Mhm.
and it can sneak up on you a lot faster than you think it can. Um Gone through this long ass journey of realizing that like poor boundaries and poor self-care leads to burnout faster than you think. Sadie, do you be having issues with burnout?
Well, what would you well, I think we should start with what would you define burnout as?
So, the definition of burnout is dictionary definition of burnout is the physical or mental collapse caused by overwork or stress. Um,
A collapse,
yeah, a collapse.
like a house of chords.
Yeah. And it's something that I've been fighting for years. Have you experienced this or dealt with this over the years, especially in the line of work that we're in now?
I've experienced it a few times. Funny enough, I had never experienced it until I became a streamer.
You serious?
Yeah. Even when previous work history, like I was an executive for a skincare company before I quit and became a streamer. And like imposter syndrome, burnout, these were terms and things I had never thought of or even came across my mind until I joined this. And it had been emotionally debilitating, but it had not stopped me from working necessarily until January of this year. I had to take
This
3
year?
weeks off, yeah, because I had nothing left. Like, we were starting the podcast, and I remember it was so physically, mentally, fucking like, draining to even just do that, and it's horrible because it creates this cycle because, okay, I'm burnt out because I'm frustrated. It's going nowhere. I'm doing too much. I have no help, all these things. And then it's like, okay, I have to step back because my body physically won't let me do it. But the whole time you're like, I gotta get back to work because it is only me doing this. I don't have no help. I could be doing better. I have to keep trying. And then you feel guilty over it, and then it becomes like this whole cycle.
A spiral of back and forth. Yeah, that's definitely relatable. I know, damn, but now I'm thinking, I've never really experienced burnout until this shit either. I was mostly okay. Like I worked regular, you know what I'm saying, 9 to 5 jobs. But the problem with those was I just never made enough to do anything. Like I never
Mhm.
made enough to pay bills. I never, if I did make something, it was literally enough for like one bill. It was just always stress about money with 9 to 5s. But I think for me with this, with the burnout, I was just taking on too many responsibilities for too many different things. I had created a bunch of projects, a bunch of communities and different things and trying to help, but I'm like, I'm trying to help all these other damn people. I got to help my damn self and I'm not helping myself by not getting sleep, not eating what I'm supposed
Mhm.
to, not getting my physical activity in or working out and taking the time to get off the computer. Like it's some days I was literally on this computer. I'm not even making a shit up 18-hour days, 15-hour days, just doing like community work and other stuff. It wasn't even like my direct content. Like, you know how like I put out my YouTube videos, I do my streams. It was all like community work and like other shit, work that I had created for myself. Um, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't do all of this. This is too much. And this is why I've always felt like I felt like for years that I always tell people I've been like in a perpetual state of burnout for what feels like the whole pandemic. Like, and I say even before the pandemic, I kind of felt like this. I think the pandemic did nothing but make it worse. Like it just made it worse. Um this constant state of just feeling, and it's terrible because it's like even when good things happen, you feel like you're not as happy as
Mhm.
you should be or like you're supposed to be because you're just so fucking tired.
Mhm.
You want to be happy, you want to be in the moment, you want to enjoy life, you want to enjoy the fruits of your labor or the blessings and things like that, but you're just too exhausted to care, too
Yeah.
exhausted to live in that moment and get into things how you want to. um and I do feel like grind culture and this whole we got to have all these sources of income, we have to have all of these streams of income, this mentality of like don't stop working, I think it's destructive and
Mhm.
I don't agree with it. And I was always someone, yeah, you gotta have this, you gotta have, like, I was never one of them, like, the folks on Instagram where you gotta have multiple streams of income and like those motivational money niggas. Like, I've never been that, but I'm definitely someone that's like workaholic, work, 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 work. And it's like, no, you can't live like that. You have to have a life for you. You have to have time for yourself, time for your family, time for your friends and the people around you. Um, and that's one thing I'll say about this content shit. Like, if you want to do content, you have to set firm boundaries and set them very early on because if you don't, motherfuckers will be pulling you in every different direction for all of these different things. They want you over here, they need you over there, they want you for this, they want you for that. Or just not knowing everything from knowing when to go to bed, knowing the proper food to eat, and just really it really does start with taking care of yourself and your well-being, and then
Yeah.
things will begin to fall into place. Because even now I'm getting older, and things is starting to happen, but it's like it literally just came from me not taking care of those things and prioritizing those things when I should have, kind of shit. um
Something I would add is I feel like burnout hits different, especially when you have a career that's built around your personality. Like if you're like, for instance, an actor,
Absolutely.
or in our case, gamers, streamers, YouTubers who I guess do like when your livelihood depends on your ability to entertain people or at least at the very least get people to like you, and you feel exhausted, like you can't make food for yourself. Like for me, it was like even the idea of taking a shower just seemed overwhelming. Like it just seemed like too much to do. Um, Also it could be because I'm anemic. Shout out to my anemic people out there, you know. But it hits differently because it's like people are like, "Oh, take your time. Take your time. We'll be here for you, get better." And like they mean well, but it's like, "Nah, if I don't show up, if I don't quote unquote perform, I don't get money." And
Hmm.
so for me, it's like, okay, my job is especially hard because I'm burnt out, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, and I have to, for 2, 3, 4 hours, forget everything that I feel inside my body and do my job, which is a step further than, like, let's say a cashier, where a cashier just has to kind of put away their trauma, whatever's going on with them, and then perform like their basic duty or service. But when you have to actually like maybe tell a joke, share an opinion, talk about current topics, like you actually have to be yourself. It's hard because you do have to fake it, which adds again more work on your already overloaded system. But then also it's like, okay, if I can't get it together today, if I can't fake it today, then I know that this is money that I'm missing out on. So it puts even more pressure on you. So you can't even enjoy the little bit of time that you're taking out to take a break to kind of recover from this burnout. Because you realize every day that I'm quote unquote getting better is a day that, I don't have food, or like in my case, it was like, okay, 3 weeks without streaming. I had no choice, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm still have like almost like a knot in my stomach thinking about the income that I'm missing out on that I can't afford to miss out on. So that's like a unique thing that I would say about entertainers.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that because I know early on, when I first started making content, I was in a very shitty, abusive relationship, and for me personally, it was a lot. I don't think anybody that used to consume my content could really tell that nothing was going
Mhm.
on. But trying to deal with my environment, deal with that motherfucker, and then get online and be regular. That's why they always say sometimes the people that make you the happiest, they be depressed, they be miserable. I was
Mhm.
miserable when I got off a stream, going through it, all type of shit, fighting all type of shit. But then when I got on there, I'm having fun with everybody, and nobody had no clue. And I even used to have to try to tell my ex, like, listen, my job now, because this became my job, right? My job, and this is how I'm paying bills, is to entertain. I can't entertain and I can't keep a high energy or a good energy if you in here starting shit with me. But that's another thing I'm gonna lead to my when it's time to go off. Cause yeah, his hating ass, he was mad, he's being a hater. Because he wanted to do streaming. He wanted to stream, he wanted to be a streamer, and it didn't go good for him. Niggas ain't like him. And he took that shit out on me. So he would be mad at me and he would start shit with me, pick fights with me, be mean to me, just so I wasn't in a good mood. It's almost like you wanted me to kind of just say, fuck it, I'm not in a good mood. I'm not gonna stream today. I'm not gonna make content today. And more often than not, I refused to do that. It was like, no, I'm gonna go on and create content anyway. Fuck you. Get the fuck away from me.
Mhm.
Um But yeah, it's a lot of stress and it was really hard. And me really having to realize, like, yo, my energy is based off of who I keep around me, how I take care of myself, the environment I keep. And if I'm not careful with that and how I curate my environment and like who I date and stuff like that, that will all impact me and what I create and my energy when I create content, when I stream, when I record YouTube videos or whatever I'm doing, it's gonna affect it. If I'm not in a good mood or I just had something really fucked up happen to me, especially something that like I didn't do anything to cause, now I don't want to make content today. That's a day I'm missing out on money. That's a day I'm missing out on potential growth. Um, so yeah, people don't I don't know how often people talk about that. Like just having to keep the energy up and what do you do when like you're not in the headspace to create and to put out content. I know for me over the years I've been very inconsistent. And it was because I took on all these extra responsibilities and all of these extra things that I didn't have to, and when it came time to put out my own content, I didn't have the energy to do it. So that's where these long ass breaks came from. And now it's like I've shed myself of these other things. I have time to put out content and create content, and not worry about the burnout or the stress of, because I feel like in this world where the internet, everybody's constantly in your face, people are going to forget about you, and that's okay. And there's nothing you could do about that. You can't drive yourself crazy trying to maintain or keep relevance, online, because we're getting so much information fed to us at such a fast rate, spoon fed, every day. You can't stress yourself out wondering about relevance and things like that. But even back then, I had the space to say, hey, I'm going to pre-record content and create content to release and keep on archive and keep it here just for those days that I need a break, just for those weeks, just for that time that I need a break. So y'all are still getting content, but I'm somewhere resting. I used to do that a lot. I'm like, I need a rest. And I just put out videos and just schedule videos and just take a break for a few weeks, things like that. But yeah, this content shit it can take a lot out of you. Yeah, the rewards are great if you get to them, but it can take a lot out of you in the meantime. And just taking that uphill battle to um reaching a point where you're comfortable and things like that. And I know people be like, well, why don't you just get a job? Why don't you? Everybody doesn't have access to jobs that pay money that make sense. And especially in our economy right now, people are working 40-hour jobs and they still don't have enough money to like cover bills, and like it's also the time for money kind of exchange thing too, like working all day and you still have to penny pinch, or the money you get paid, you can't really pay anything. You still have to live with people or whatever the case may be. You're not living as comfortable as you would like for the amount of time you spend at work and the work that you put in at your job kind of thing. So it's an uphill battle trying to find financial stability in general, and especially with creators and things like that. If you know it really depends. It depends on the person, but that is definitely something that can stress people the hell out.
So,
Um,
do you have any solutions or tips on how to deal with burnout?
so for me, I just what do I do? So what did I really start? I went and got a therapist. I went and got a therapist and they talked to me, but I'm actually still have to look for a new therapist. We might have to have a discussion about that too, because finding a good therapist is hell sometimes. Um, but I talked to a therapist and they pretty much just explained to me like, it's what I said earlier, where like it's okay. You have to understand that like we're not equipped to handle all of this information and handling all of this stuff that's being thrown at us on the internet, especially when it comes to us specifically, whether it is people talking about us or things like that online. We're not equipped to handle all of that, and understanding that like it's okay to take a break. it's okay to step back and relax. And it's okay to just not obsess over things. It's hard because it's something that I still actively fight with. So I'm telling you, if you are experiencing burnout, it is important that you sit down and go down the list of all your different responsibilities and the different things that take your time and your energy, and really sit down and focus on how everything makes you feel. And if you have to get rid of things, begin to get rid of things, because I don't know about anybody. I know for me personally, I just took on too many things, and that was absolutely the cause of me burning out. So sometimes you really just have to stop and analyze and dial it back and get a therapist if you can. If you can, get you a therapist and find you somebody that's going to tell you about yourself, that ain't going to sit there and just, parrot back to you what you just said, or like find somebody that's going to go off on you.
Um, so I think it would be helpful if I gave you guys actual tips if you're dealing with burnout. So going back to the beginning, like the definition of what burnout is sort of what we were talking about in terms of like cynicism is what they're calling it. It's like depersonalization is when you no longer feel invested in your work. You're no longer feeling invested in your colleagues, your clients, your audience. And it's when you just have it whenever there's a lack of participation in decision making, when you just feel too exhausted to continue forward. And then you have inefficacy, which is when you feel incompetent. This is what I was talking about, like that feeling of a lack of achievement or lack of productivity. Like, oh, I didn't, cut 3 videos this week, even though I was supposed to do at least 3 videos. I only did 1 video this week. That feeling like, okay, I'm not doing enough, but not only am I not doing enough, what I do isn't worth it. It's not being recognized. And then some tips on how to deal with burnout. This is straight from Harvard, by the way. This is from Harvard Business. They say if you can't prevent it, because I feel like a lot of us know triggers or factors that will give us burnout, such as like overloaded with work, taking on too much, having those kind of thoughts that I'm not good enough can manifest and become larger and larger if you don't deal with it. But they say it's really important to prioritize self care. So that includes meditating, journaling, getting out in nature if you can, practice good like sleeping habits, eat well, work out, things, the things that you're supposed to do to take care of yourself. I've recently realized that like when I take care of myself, it infuses like a sense of pride and self-esteem. And so that kind of helps with that feeling of depersonalization and not feeling like you're good enough.
Yeah, feelings of inadequacy. It does help.
Also shift your perspective is the second thing that they're saying that would be really good. So rather than focusing on conflicts that you can't fix, problems that you can't solve, maybe limited resources or money or just how much work you have to do, shifting that mindset to be more like building positive thoughts and fostering supportive relationships or asking for help when you need help. I know I don't know if you do me, but I have a
Mhm.
real hard time asking for help because
Oh
I feel
yeah, real
like
bad.
sure part of it is like that feeling of shame of like not wanting to be a burden, like that's a huge part of it for me, but also it's like in the times I've given people responsibilities or jobs to do to help me, they always fail. So it's like, what's the point of me getting asking for help if this person ain't gonna do
They
what
not
they
gonna do it.
yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I'm triggered.
Um, they also say reduce your job stressors, so things that trigger you. If you know a particular client or colleague is always talking out their neck, family members is always going to ask you for more. They're going to ask you, hey, can you pick up little Richie after school, and I need new tires on this bike. Like if you know that there's going to be like pressure try to limit those whenever you feel like you're starting to feel some of the signs of burnout. And then last but not least, seek out connections. So those positive relationships, learning from people, listening to podcasts like this where people are kind of discussing burnout and what it feels like and looks like for them, and give you like good coping strategies, mentors, people who can kind of help hold the burden of having these stressors if you can. I know I would love to have had a mentor when I first started streaming, or even
Honestly,
somebody in
same.
this industry, yes. Or even somebody who works for a company could be like, "This is the ins and out. This is what you should expect."
You ready to listen to this letter?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
you wanna introduce and close out?
Okay. So that's the end of our topic segment. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let us know if you have some topics that you'd like us to discuss. If you're enjoying the podcast, please be sure to email us at theprettypettypod@gmail.com. If you have any feedback, questions, or you want to give or ask for any advice, hit us up and let us know what's up. And if you're enjoying the podcast, don't forget to give us 5 stars on Spotify or whatever service you're listening to us on at the moment. Thank you. Thank you. Now let's get into these listener letters. All right. So we have a letter from a listener. I'm gonna name her Tammy because I don't want to put your name out there, but Tammy submitted a question, a concern, or not really a concern, but she has a question for us, and she was saying, I was wondering if you lovely ladies could talk about ways in which Black women can meet decent Black men without having to use any dating sites or matchmaking services. Stop laughing, Sadies. I understand we live in a day. This nigga here. I understand we live in a day and age which almost everything we could ever want. You fucking up my reading is literally a click away, but I wish I could meet someone organically. And I don't drink or smoke, so going to bars would not be suitable for me. Why the fuck are you laughing? I'm not knocking people who do meet through dating apps and such, but if I were to ever get married and have kids, I don't want to tell my kids that I met my husband, their father, online because it was difficult to meet someone more organically. Just me personally. Can you ladies share some events or places in which Black women can meet decent Black men? Not sure if it's worth mentioning, but I live in the state of Delaware where the dating scene is non existent. So I understand that I would have to travel a bit, maybe to Maryland or New York. I don't know if Philly is an option, but I hear the dating scene there is almost as
You don't need to do all
disappointing.
that.
The best advice, she's over here just fucking tickled. The best advice I can give is go outside. Okay, I was gonna say go outside, get you a hobby. You can still go to a club. You don't have to drink or smoke to go to the club. I've been in the club sober. It's okay. It's you don't have to get wasted with everybody in order to enjoy an experience at the club though. But I definitely would say like get into some hobbies, find some things that you really like, whether it's book clubs. Do you like to sew? Do you like to excuse me, are you a writer? Uh Shit, do you like video games? You like board games? You like D&D? You probably could get you some D&D dick. You know what I'm saying? Like that Dungeons and Dragons dingling. I don't know. But there's definitely ways that you can meet a potential partner based off of hobbies and interests and going to events that align with those things. Like it doesn't have to be you shaking ass in the club and you drunk off your ass in the club and you meet a man, and it doesn't have to be an app either because contrary to I don't fuck with apps. I just exist, and organically that's how relationships form. I met my person with my favorite hobby right now, which is gaming. Like you can meet people within your hobbies and your interests. People meet people at school. It's so many different places you can meet a person that's not the nightclub. And you ain't got to be drunk at the club neither. What you got? What happened, Sadie's? Because you was just kikiing.
I just have you ever seen The Chronicles of Narnia?
No, I think I read it years ago though.
So it's one of my favorite books as a kid, but in it, there's a group of kids, they're all, in a family, or no, it might just be like a brother and sister now that I think about it, but in it, they go in their closet, and in the back of their closet, there's, like, a secret door that leads them to a, mystical land full of, different animals and mythical creatures. And I feel like even that would be easier than finding a decent black man in this economy.
Jesus Christ.
Um, that's why I was laughing, 'cause I was just tickled by the storyline of this letter. Uh,
Terrible.
where first of all, the fact that I'm included in this letter is funny. 'Cause I would have thought by episode 6, y'all would have known, I don't know shit about finding good people to date. My advice, yeah, so like Mary said,
I I'm so weak right
meet your
now.
man at the sewing class, 100%. He's there waiting for you, sis.
You look, you joking, you might never know. You know what I'm saying? You get you a good nigga, he can make you something, get that cooking class popping, he can make you hey, make you some food. Why is you making that face? You
'Cause
could be a good person.
I said what I had to say, I ain't got nothing else to say on this topic.
I listen. I get it though, cause I don't fuck with them dating apps. I just be feeling like that people be on the apps trying to fuck. They got apps for fucking and they have apps for relationships, and I still feel like people be on the relationship apps looking to fuck. So now we start our go off segment. I think I might start off this time because I'm actually a little annoyed by some shit. I'm gonna
What?
go off on haters. If you know you a fucking hater, stop that shit. Stop being a fucking hater. And this goes for people in relationships, people hating on their friends, people hating on their significant others, people hating on their family. Stop that shit. It's not cool. Check your behavior, check your jealousy. Being jealous is a natural human, you know what I'm saying, feeling, but it's how you moderate, it's how you mediate it, it's how you handle it is what's important. I need y'all to stop being negative to y'all friends, y'all peers, your lovers, the people that you claim to care about. Stop being a fucking hater. So that's who the fuck I want to go off on this week. Just people being haters. Like I watched a movie this week and it just pissed me off to the max. And y'all gonna see next week why. Cause these niggas be haters. What you got, Sadie's? Who you going off on this week?
Um, so I didn't really play a lot of games when I was a kid. I played like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I played like Mario Brothers, the standards, but one series in particular made me feel like I was a grown up, like a grown up actual gamer. And that was Tomb Raider. And Tomb Raider this past week came out with a remastered edition, and
Mm-hmm.
they released Tomb Raider 1 through 3 with, I guess, they upgraded the graphics, and I think they might have altered the storyline, but I'm not entirely sure. But one thing I am entirely sure of is the gaming community will never miss an opportunity to be racist, sexist. Anybody with the gaming mic can tell you that. Homophobic, ignorant, so on and so forth. So in the game, before you play, there's a disclaimer on it. And on it, it says the games in this collection contain offensive depictions of people and cultures rooted in racial and ethnic prejudices. These stereotypes are deeply harmful, inexcusable, and do not align with our values at Crystal Dynamics. Rather than removing this content, we have chosen to present it here in its original form, unaltered, in the hopes that we may acknowledge its harmful impact and learn from it. Which, I'll be honest, I don't remember too much about Tomb Raider. I just remember, getting to wear my hoochie shorts and climb up walls and shit and thinking I was, I have a cute little gun on my right thigh. That's all
Mm,
about Laura Croft. Um so they left it as is, which I can appreciate, not editing out stuff in it. But that little paragraph I just read you was enough
Mhm.
for the mouth breathing, neck beard, and so red pill drinking community to get up in arms. Um, there are numerous threads, and I saw this when I was about to purchase it, of people condemning the developers for this disclaimer. They're claiming that the game is quote gone woke. Which can we fucking talk about how horrible it is? The fact that white people have tried to co-opt that word to mean, oh, diversity, like affirmative action, like it's just about leftist, democratic vegans who don't know better, and the number of threads I have seen online of people talking about how the game has gone woke. Once you go woke, you go broke. That's the saying. How they're boycotting this like what 20-year-old, 30-year-old game, however old this game is, because it's gone woke. People are condemning it, saying that, this is because of political activists, this is because of black people. There's a lot of people who have threatened doxing the developers
What the fuck?
just for this one little screenshot that appears for all of 2 seconds before you play the game. I don't know why I was surprised, but I still was. I still very much was. I really don't even have any curse words for them. I'm not even mad. It's at this point where I'm just so tired of dealing with, particularly in this space, racist, idiotic, homophobic assholes that I just feel pity. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your parents for having you, that you made it this far on earth and nobody has click clacked you off of it yet. It's just I feel bad for
Mhm.
everybody. And I fucking hate it here sometimes. And y'all are the reason why so many girls can't use their voice mic, and you're the reason why you think using the hard R in a game is the ultimate first offense insult on somebody. It's Y'all are fucking terrible. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. And I hope one day it can get better. And that's it. That's all I got.
Thank y'all for listening to the Pretty Petty podcast. If you have anything you want to submit in, make sure you email us at the Pretty Petty Pod at Gmail. And next week we'll be here to discuss rom-coms, and some of them, maybe a little toxic. Are they, or are we just fucking toxic? Find out and tune in next week. Thank y'all.
If you guys can remember to leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, we're on all the platforms, and I catch up on the back episodes if you haven't seen it yet. Anything you want to plug, Mira? Anything going on?
I ain't got nothing going on right now but some Sims. So if you want to see some Sims and some Final Fantasy and some gaming content, y'all come check me out on Twitch and the YouTube at X Mirror Mirror.
Same. Look for me on all the platforms. Accuracies with 3 R's. And we will see y'all next week. Have a good one.